Welcome to Business Success Tips, where you learn to make more money in less time and hopefully have a lot more fun. I'm Paul Sanneman, your host. I'm founder of Contractor Staffing Source, where I help contractors build great teams. My guest today is David Summerly from Summerlink, right? So that's a play on words. So David, what does Summerlink do and who does it serve?
Yep. So we serve contractors primarily in the restoration space, and a lot of them being roofers. And basically, we go out and help them with what products and services they need to help them excel in the market.
Okay. So give me an example of something you would do for a typical restoration person and how it would help them do their work.
Yeah. So, for example, there's a very popular cam app that a lot of the roofers out there and a lot of other contractors are now using to go out and take all their pictures, store them in the cloud, have them accessible and available to all of the employees, right. Send links out to insurance agents, homeowners, and all that. Well, there's another app that is essentially the same thing, except they went in and figured out what services nobody was using, took those off, and the price is half as much. So one of the things I do is help them look at getting switched over on that product, save half the cost, and that's a huge savings for a lot of these contractors.
Right. So the best products and services available to like remodeling contractors and roofers and people like that, right?
Spent several years now going to all the shows, meeting with all the different vendors, and then going back and getting feedback with the contractors and figuring out what's going to be best for them.
Okay. So if someone wants to save money on their products and services, say they're a remodeler in Kansas and do, $3 million or whatever, what would that look like? How could you help them?
Yeah. So if it's specialty roofing products, I have a supplier that I work with that can ship anywhere in the country. If it's other products, then obviously there's some other suppliers out there. All the big box stores are going to do all your asphalt shingles and that sort of thing. Any of them can work with you. I've got some contacts that I can get you in touch with if you ever need that or need a better price, those kind of things. But if it's specialty roofing, I would want to take care of that for you, obviously. But then other products and services like your cam app, for example, if you're wanting to get a better price on that, then I would need your email address, best day and time to chat about it. And it's quick, easy. It's like a 15-minute demo. Go through that. Otherwise, what other products and services are you using, not using? Basically have a phone call or Zoom meeting and go over that and figure out what can we help you with the best. We've had some contractors actually fly us out so that we can meet the team and see things in person as well. But primarily do most of that by phone. Okay.
So David, your client, I guess what I see your upside is you go to the shows, you're aware of the products. A lot of these small contractors don't go to the shows. They aren't even aware what's out. I'm a remodeler in Kansas City. I don't go to IBS. I don't go to Con. I don't go to all these shows. I've got time to do that. And so they're missing out on the newest products and services that are available, as well as how to save money. So they may be paying way too much money for stuff they're doing because they're buying it from their typical supplier. These are the old vendors. They really haven't updated their vendor list because they haven't had time to do it, right?
Right. Yeah. And the ones that do go to shows, sometimes it's just the local shows and things like that. Maybe they need swag, and I get them in touch with BizPrint, and BizPrint gets them the most beautiful setup for their booth and everything they could need for swag, that kind of stuff. But yeah, whatever it is they need, that's basically, I've spent years going out and making contacts with all of these different products and services. I used to be in retail, and I got rescued from retail by what I call a manufacturer's rep. And so he basically would supply just the manufactured products for the construction industry. And so when I did this, I thought, well, people don't need just manufactured products. They need to know what marketing company to work with, what print company they need to work with, what insurance they should get, all those different things. And so basically I went and figured out who all those other types of vendors are as well, so that we can offer all those products and services to them.
And so they don't have to pay you because you get paid commission or something when you turn it over. So basically, you're a free service to look at all the vendors that are available to them so they can save time and money, right?
You got it. That's right. We're a free service to contractors. We have had some that wanted to pay us and did, and that was the ones we went and met in person, those kind of things. But yeah, we offer this up as a free service just because we know there's a need in the market, especially the newer contractors. Some of the ones that have been around a while, they just didn't know about something. They're like, dude, I'm too busy working. I don't go to those shows, so I don't know. And so we're able to serve them as well. But a lot of times it's the smaller ones that are just not sure which products to use. There's so many of them. They're all marketed as the best, and they're all stupid expensive, it seems like. So you got to go figure out, okay, look, that product is awesome, but at where you're at right now, that's more of a $50 million a year contractor, and you're at 5. So let's look at what product's going to be best for you.
Right, because as I understand it, most contractors don't have a purchasing agent. That is not something they have, right? And so they're just going to go buy stuff, whatever convenient, whatever local, who's the best sales guy. They don't have anybody actually doing the research to find out what's the best value for them in their market because they haven't got time to do that. So what I see your position as is sort of like a fractional PO, for lack of put it another way, right? So you'll go in and say, well, look at given, where you are, your size of your business, these are the vendors you should look at to save the most money because I know all the vendors in the market. You buy roofing from this guy, you can buy siding from this guy, you buy windows from this guy, and you're going to save a significant amount per year, but they haven't had time to do the research to do that because they don't have a purchasing agent. They just sort of show up and buy whoever shows up, right?
And even their comp plan can make a difference on what way they should go, whether they want a rebate back at the end of the year or they want better pricing up front. Those kind of things make a difference. And so, we got to go in and figure out what's going to be best for them, and not just.
So I'm gonna call you a fractional purchasing agent, even though that's not you are. That's what it looks like to me. It doesn't cost them anything. So anybody who doesn't have time to research all the cheapest and best and coolest stuff, I think you should give David a call because he'll do it for free because he makes commission on these things, and he can probably save you a significant amount per year on your products and services just by purchasing it from the right place to the right value, because that market's changing all the time, right?
Every day.
So, David, if people want to get a hold of you, how do they do that? And how would you proceed with looking at somebody's purchasing and save them money?
Yeah, absolutely. So, David Summerly, you can find me pretty much anywhere on social media. Also, my company Summerlink is like a play on words with my last name and link. So it's a season, summer, and then LYNC, Summerlink. And you can find me on Facebook with that. Otherwise, my phone number is 727-618-8436, or you can just email me, david@summerlink.com. And then anytime you need something, I'm there. If I can't answer right away, I'll be calling you back.
So basically, you can look at where they're buying stuff and say, hey, if you bought this here and this, where you could save some money, right?
You got it. That's right. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. This sounds like a really good service. And I think most of the people listening do not have the time to go to the shows and do the research to find the best deal. They just sort of buy what's available. So thanks, David. Appreciate you being here. And I would give David a call because you're probably paying too much for the products you're using because you haven't done the research to find the best deal. So David, thank you for being here. I think it's a great service.
Sometimes it's just helpful advice, like, hey, should I hire this roofer or not? His Google reviews look great. Okay, well, let's look at his Better Business Bureau. We go in and look, and oh, great, he's got a ton of complaints, and he argued with every one of his customers. Maybe you don't hire that. Those kind of things.
Not a good idea, for sure.
Helps to have another person looking at it too,
Okay, David, I appreciate being here. I think this is a valued service. People should give you a call because they're probably paying too much for what they're doing, is my guess.
You got it. That's right. Thanks so much. David. Talk to you later. Bye.